Hello, I'm Carson, and this is the capstone presentation for the certificate track. Let's talk about my goals and motivation. So, starting with career goals, I'm working towards a career in IT. So, whether that be with networking or what I enjoy is hardware, so that can, for example, be maintaining servers or routers. And then another career goal is, continuing with certificates. Because many companies require certificates and are very sought after for hiring. And you always want that competitive edge over others when, being hired. And then that goes into motivation. As you can see in many job applications, these certificates are wanted. And because I want to have a competitive edge against others for being hired, it is great motivation to get these certificates. And then second off, Capstone provides a lot of time, they provide time to work on these certificates. So it's not like other classes where they will layer coursework over each other. So I felt like it was very good motivation, so I used it. So let's talk about my original plan, right? This is the old timeline, and as we can see, I started with CompTIA. It took about 90 hours, and there was 2 versions for it. So after the second exam, you get the certificate. Then that would have gone into Introduction to Cybersecurity. And as you can see, that would have taken 10 to 15 hours, and for the certificate is through Cisco's Networking Academy, basically the fundamentals of cybersecurity and their concepts. And then lastly, that would have gone into PMI, Project Management Institute, which is a little different from the normal computer science heavy based certificates. It would have just opened up like a little different just avenue, something to study for. And that would again taken 10 to 15, but this has changed as this is now the change plan. Let's talk about the current timeline, what I have done. So starting with the first one, that's the same CompTIA. This took 90 hours. I finished both cores and got the certificate. And then this is the part where it changed. Instead of doing the smaller certificates, I felt like it's more beneficial I wanted to get a second large one. And that's why I went with the CompTIA Network Plus. This took about 60 hours to do. And I was very happy to get it done. Let's talk about the achievements and results. So as you can see, there's both cores, and then at the bottom is Network Plus. In the middle, it starts off with the passing score, so the minimum amount of score out of 900 that you could get to pass. And then the candidate score is what I got, and then if you passed or failed. And as you can see, I passed all of them, with Network Plus being my highest score at the bottom, which I'm pretty happy about. And then on the right, you get to see all my images for the exams that you have to take a picture of yourself, along with many other requirements before you even get to start taking the exam for these certificates online. So let's talk about what I've learned. Starting with the first one, certification material, it's not like college. So you can't think of it like I don't need certificates because I'm already doing college. Well, it's absolutely not like that. There's many things in certificates that you will learn about that you won't most likely have enough time to do it in college. And for the second one, in CompTIA, what I've learned that I didn't know about before is higher level certifications supersede lower level ones for renewal. So this is one of my issues that I thought about, because when you do a lot of certificates, they expire. So you have to keep track of the dates that they expire. But what I've learned after taking Network Plus, when I passed the Network Plus test, not even the renewal, but the test, it renews all the lower certifications. So, like for one of my career goals is eventually getting Security Plus, which is above A Plus in network. When I do pass that, it will renew all 3, which I think is really cool. And then, so for the third, I've taken many online exams, so I'm very knowledgeable of the online test environment. And if you would have seen my readiness from the first one and then the last one, it has changed a lot. So later down the line, when I take more certification tests, I'll be very ready and know what to do, as I've learned all all of it. Lastly, overstudy. So this is the biggest tip that I can give when it comes to certificates, because at the end of the day, you can't really fail with these tests in capstone because of deadlines. You have to hit these deadlines if you want to reach the hours given in that amount of time frame. So that again could be the biggest tip, is to overstudy for all your certifications, because if you fail, then it can knock down your deadline pretty far, and at the end of the day could be very detrimental. It could lower motivation and everything. So that's probably the best advice that I could give. So thank you very much.